Hi, and welcome to the Military Mike channel. In 1985, the U.S. military replaced the venerable Colt 1911 with the Beretta M9 for the standard issue sidearm. And now they're looking towards maybe replacing the M9. M9 has done fairly well. There have been, since the Geneva Convention didn't allow for the use of hollow point bullets, there have been complaints about the stopping power of the M9. Which uses a 9mm round, but I believe the military is going to start using 9mm again, or they're going to start using hollow points, so 9mm are definitely on the table for the replacement. Now, the military has been trying to replace the M9 for several years, and it hasn't really happened. But today I'm gonna show Beretta's entry into the fray. To replace their M9 with just an update to the M9, the Beretta M9A3. I just got this recently. It comes in a nice kind of tackle box. You open it up. Now I went out and shot this yesterday, which there'll be a little bit of footage of that. Included in there is the pistol itself. And 3 magazines. As well as, of course, the required lock and a grip to make it feel like the old Beretta M9s. Or the 92 FS, which is what the M9 came from. In the box, so like if you put that grip on, you actually have a place to put a can if you decide to buy a suppressor for this, because one of the improvements over the M9 for the M9A3 is a threaded barrel. This is definitely empty, so you have the threaded barrel there, which has the cap on. So if I wanted to buy a suppressor, I could put that on there pretty easy. Some of the different, okay, we went from the M9. Now, one of the improvements, they did go to the M9A1 in 2006. This is my Beretta M9 or 92 FS compact inox, which is actually my carry gun. I'm just doing this to show the difference here. One of the main differences is that, see, no Picatinny rail. Then they put a rail on the M9A1. Well, one of the let me get this in frame here. Just by looking at it, the main differences between the M9 and the M9A3 is you have the Picatinny rail, you have the threaded barrel, the grip. It's a thinner grip, which why they include this, because if you like the M9 or 92 FS grip, which that is one of my favorite things about the Beretta pistols, is just the grip, and that's why I chose a 92 FS compact inox over a Glock 19 as my carry pistol, because I took it out, I fired several hundred rounds from my M9 and from my Glock 17, and I just, like, especially one-handed, the Beretta I'm much better with the Beretta. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this on yet or not, because one great thing about that is it's less conspicuous for concealed carry, which this is actually my carry holster, just a cover 6 inside the waistband holster. And one thing I would highly recommend if you use this type of holster is replace the regular belt clips. Get one of these Ulti clips on there. If you use those Ulti clips, the holster will not come out when you draw. Other improvements from the M9 is the original M9 magazine had 15 rounds, and you go up to a 17 round magazine with the M9A3. Also, the M9A3 magazines have they've also been treated, because one of the complaints with the Iraq War was sand. So one of the they've treated it so it's sand resistant. But everything between these two pistols are interchangeable. So kind of like Such or Mac from Military Arms Channel, I'll go ahead and just do the obligatory mix and match with the two pistols. This is empty. You have to engage manual safety. Took my slide and barrel off. Engage manual safety. Something happened to the slide or barrel and you have a stock of old M9s in the back, all you gotta do is just put on the you can use the old slide, the old barrel, and it will work. And vice versa, if something happened to the lower, so you can also mix and match between the two pistols. And the magazines are also interchangeable. Just because you have the specially designed magazine on the M9A3, you can also use old magazines. Although they're 2 rounds smaller, you can use old magazines with the M9A3. And you can use your M9A3 magazines in the M9. So basically, this is just a quick kind of unboxing. I did fire them some yesterday. I put several hundred rounds through my M9, and I put a few dozen rounds to the M9A3 yesterday, and I really do like it. I do think that there is definite improvement over the M9. I do like the extended slide release, because when you're trying to do a quick magazine change, it's just there, and it's a split second quicker. Okay, one difference between the 92FS, which I'm gonna have to use my carry pistol again to show you this. Your 92FS, that's your sight picture. You have 2 dots in the back, 1 in the front. The M9, to me, one of basically the only. I'm sure there's other differences between M9 and 92FS originally, but to me the big difference is you have 1 dot back, 1 dot in front. Which, if you're in a firefight, I think you're supposed to really only use the front side anyway. But you got 1 dot in back, 1 dot in front. For the M9A3, it kind of goes back to the 2 back, 1 in front. But also the big difference is you have removable sights. So the person using the handgun can change the sights out if they want. Included from Beretta on these are some Trigicon night sights, which I think is a big improvement over just regular sights. They glow in the dark a little bit. As I said, shooting both of them, I do think there is a definite improvement of the M9A3 over the M9. I'm still undecided whether I'm going to put these grips on or not. But besides that, I mean, Advantage M9A3. As a taxpayer, I'm not, of course you want the person out in the field to have the, best handgun, best weapon they're with. But Beretta's proven itself to be pretty venerable over the last 30 years. And as a taxpayer, I kind of like the idea of having something where you already have, thousands of spare parts for it anywhere. You can use the old M9 on it. So this is just a quick unboxing. I really wouldn't call it a review. You really can't review a gun until you put several hundred rounds through it. This is just kind of an unboxing of the Beretta M9A3. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Well, I just thought I'd have a little fun with my Beretta pistols today. Just to go over the ones in the picture. I wanted to try out my new Beretta M9A3 and compare it with my Beretta M9. The M9A3 does have, after shooting it some, the M9A3 does have many improvements. I'll go over those when I get to the tabletop over the M9, although I enjoy shooting the M9. And this is my Beretta 92FS Compact Inox. I believe it's called an M9A1 also. That's actually my carry pistol. So I had that out here to practice with it too. It's a Beretta, I believe model 94. It's the Cheetah. It shoots a 380. It's basically the same, more or less the same design as the 92s. A good heavy metal pistol. And then the last one's a Beretta 1934. That's for the milsurp collector and me. Basically a World War II era pistol.